Alright, so I decided that I'm doing this again. The last episode was very successful. I was very happy about it. I was expecting it to get 10 views. I was really hoping it was going to get 10 views. Ended up getting like 94 views. And from what I saw, it's still going up a little, so it might break 100. But honestly, I'm just glad that I got more than 10 views. And I'm even happier that I got more views than the blog post one. Because that means Fiction Kings, we are still up. Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to finish it. I have no goals, just like last time. I'm actually quite tired, but I just brewed myself a cup of coffee, so hopefully we'll be able to do this a little bit better. Still doing fiction writing here. I don't know what I'll title the video or what I'll thumbnail it as, so I don't have a great introduction for you here, but I'm sure whatever I mention in the title will be brought up later. So, when we last left off, the last video was the Saja episode, and last week I didn't record a video. We released the next chapter, which was Here, There, and Everywhere, but I didn't make a video on that because I had the blog post video, so I just released a blog post video instead, right? And I probably won't do every single chapter from here on out. We'll have a video. It'll probably be I'll probably switch it between a bunch of different, because really what I want on this channel is just all my different hobbies, all my different work routines, everything like that, what I really do. I guess you could say professionally, but I'm not a very professional person. All that stuff goes on this channel. So it's not just writing, but writing's a big part of it. So to have the first 3 episodes be writing isn't like the worst thing ever. So today, we're doing the next chapter after Here, There, and Everywhere, which is Mother. This one has a little bit more liner notes, which I appreciate. Not liner notes, that's a music term. Production notes, which is still not correct. It's technically just plans, but that's not a fun word to say, so I just call them production notes. This chapter is split into, I believe, 3 different parts, and it's all about mothers. Which is why the title is called Mother. It's named after, of course, the Pink Floyd song Off the Wall. Not like you could have gotten that from the title, but that's what it is, in case you're so curious. So there's a clean 3 split on here, right? We start with Russell and Billy. We have not heard much about Russell's mother so far. However, in this episode, it's revealed that she's dead. Billy, of course, is not his father. I believe it's his... Oh, I should probably look this up. It's either his cousin or uncle. I think it's his cousin or something. I don't think it's his brother. Maybe it is his brother. I don't know. I'm sure we'll have to go back to part 1 for that to figure that out. Why am I so red? You notice that? What just happened? Why am I so red? Am I crazy? Okay, whatever, who cares? Second act is Rodrigo's mother dying, which we've hinted at throughout the entire series, because she's been really sick. Feels about, oh, this is from the one chapter where they talk about the one guy. And then the last one is Maurice. The Maurice one is the biggest one, because he finally frees himself from the chains of his mother, and that slides us straight into the next chapter. Ooh, the next chapter. Oh, you couldn't see that much actually. Which is about Emily and Maurice. So where do I want to get started with this? So Russell and Billy, I guess the first thing I want to know is the relationship between Russell and Billy. I think a lot about writing is building momentum. So whenever I do anything writing-wise, now it's out of focus. What the hell is going on with this? Hey, yo. One of the things about writing is that it's all about momentum, right? So I usually, when I first get started writing, I'm like, I really don't want to do this. Every single writing session, I think the last week's one was better because I did those out of order. I did the blog post one first, and then I did the fiction one, so it was a lot more energized for fiction. But I think we'll get into the vibe of it as time goes on. Okay, let's see. They're brothers. I don't know if I wrote down anywhere how exactly his mom and dad died, or maybe his father left and his mom died, because then it would be too similar to it'd be a little bit too similar to Cole. Let's start with the cemetery. Is there an official cemetery in Kinski? I probably just called it the Kinski Cemetery. I doubt it. I named it anything more specific than that. St. Agnes! Ah, you cocksucker! Okay. St. Agnes Cemetery. I always give formal names to stuff and I forget what they're called. You probably, as a reader, you're probably not going to remember what St. Agnes is. St. Agnes Cemetery. Is it cemetery? No, it's cemetery. And like I said, so in the blog post video, I finished the blog post. In the fiction video, I finished the Saja chapter. I make no promises today. I may start this one on cam and then finish it later. Yet few were there to appreciate them. I want a pretty empty cemetery. Here's another thing. I keep falling into this trap. It was empty in the last chapter too. But I mean, also, cemeteries are always empty. But if I keep describing it as being empty, it stops being special. I don't know why I look so... I promise you, I'm not that red. Like, I don't know what else to tell you, man. I am not that red. More potently. That might be a interesting, weird way to say that. So I don't... This is not a flashback chapter, so I don't have to reintroduce anyone. How old is Mahalo? Is he like toy playing age? I need to go right back. He's 9 years old. I think he's pretty young. I don't think he's their age. He's definitely like super young. He's 3? No way! That can't be right. I have to rewrite that. He can't be 3. Oh, I have to rewrite that super hard. Because there's a scene later where he's like talking and stuff. And I always visioned him as like 8 or 9. Like young, but like 3 is crazy. Did I really write that? I'm gonna have to change it to 7. I'm gonna change it to 7. He doesn't actually say anything like super like adult, but I need to change that. And this is released, by the way. It happens. That shit happens, man. Especially for lore points, not like grammar and stuff. Got a little bro. He's 7. Asterisk. Name's Mahalo. We'll put it in on the complete edition, okay? So if you bought part 1, sorry, but well, this is part of the free chapters too. Fuck! I'll worry about it later. 7 for sure. 7's like what, first grade? 7's easy. 7 makes sense. That's fine. 7 is what I envision him as. 3 is super. I'm shocked I put 3 in that first conversation. That's a little sweet, mournful anecdote. Another detail I'll have to remember, but I don't think it's gonna come back up again. Oh, I should have an official name, right? Oh, I should make this more specific. I shouldn't just say, like... I shouldn't give it a generic. I should have, I got an idea. I've seen enough gravestones to sweep this one out. I think this is gonna be a long chapter. I don't think I'm gonna finish it on... Almost said on stream. On recording, I don't think I'm gonna finish it. But I should. Today's Wednesday. I'm very ahead this week in comparison to last week. Remember when I didn't get started until like the Thursday before? I'm very ahead. It's Wednesday. I'm actually doing quite good. And the blog post is almost done. The blog post is big too. But we'll get to that later. Is the epitaph... Is epitaph what's the words that are on the gravestone? Because there's like the big long thing that you say, but that's an obituary, right? An epitaph is different. Should I look that up? I'm gonna look this up in a private window in case it's like porn or something. I don't think it will be, but just in case. Anytime if I'm Googling something and I don't know exactly what I'm gonna get and search results, I always do a private window. It could be the most innocuous thing ever, but if I don't know what it could be with 100% certainty, I will not do anything but a private window, which makes you wonder why Google anything in that case. If you already know 100% what it is, why would you Google it? Don't ask me. Yeah. This is what I'm looking for. The gay will come when our what? Oh, the day. It says the day will come. Yeah, it's the short version. It's exactly what I'm thinking of. See, I told you. And I didn't even know. I had to pull up a private window for that, and I didn't need to. I had right on. Oh, you know what's fucked though? I'm gonna need dates. February. Let me do the easy stuff first. The ones that are not. Wait, whoa, hold on. Think about this. How can you make it special? Don't give a random date. Her birthday is March 15th, which is when the chapter takes place. Oh, that would have been bad if I missed that. Yes, of course. Her birthday, that's the reason they're there. Of course, obviously. They're not there for a random reason. Oh, that makes so much more sense. But then when did she die? We'll say like August. Could do today's date. So how long ago was this? So today, so it's a 2017. You'd say when Russell was in 8th grade, but Mahalo still would have had to have been alive. Maybe when Mahalo was 3. That would have been 4 years ago. I don't think that's bad. That would have been when he was in 8th grade. Russell, right? Because that's when I was in 8th grade. And this all takes place when I was in high school. I did that so the dates would be easier. In case you're wondering why specifically Boys and Girls takes place from 2016 to 2017, is that I was a high school senior in 2016, 2017, which means I remembered the dates and the things that happened in case it became relevant. If I started it in 2021 or 20 whatever, I wouldn't know what high schoolers did. I wouldn't know the technology. I wouldn't know like when like breaks were, when like the whatever weekend stuff. I wouldn't know like the timeline of like their years alive, like how old or when they would be in 1st grade, 4th grade, whatever. It's way easier if I just do it based on my own experience, because then I could do stuff like what I just did. But how old would she have been when she died? Let's think about this. Probably 40s. Late 40s. 46. 1967, huh? Interesting. 67, and then just like with Anita, I'll give a Bible quote because that's what people do here, and I can't think of anything. Well, let me look up Bible quotes. I think how I did the Anita epitaph was that I looked up Bible quotes, but then I just made something up, right? So if you go to part 1, since I have it up, Anita Estelle Cortez, say same sort of thing. Well, this one's but then that's weird, right? My peace I leave with you, my love I bring to you. What the world not giveth, I give unto you. Let your heart not be troubled. Never let it be afraid. So this is like I think this is like mostly a real Bible quote because it sounds official, right? But I edited it to sound better. But now I'm like, damn, this is pretty much the same thing. Maybe no quote just to make it a little bit different. I'm always so paranoid. I know that isn't like that was like 400 pages ago, but still, now I'm like, shit. It's like we're doing the same stuff again. I'm sure no one fucking cares. No one fucking cares except me. No one cares. I think I should not do a Bible quote for this to make it a little bit more interesting. This is why I saved so much poetry. I knew this was going to be helpful at some point. Diamond not found. Oh, I don't know what the name of the poem is. No. I give up. Give me the Bible quotes. I give up. Give me the Bible quotes. There's no way. Where's the website that has all of them? When I made the Anita one, there was a website that had like every single Bible verse. It had like it was like quotes about death. 306 quotes about living a good life. 2,100, like it had everything. And now it's not online. It's not there anymore. God is dead and we have killed him. Oh goodness. I'm so stuck on this. I just need to fucking make something up. This is gonna have to be mid. This is gonna have to be a mid part. I don't like the post cringe, but it has to be mid. Alright, well, that's okay. You win some, you lose some. Let's just move on. We need to move on. We're still on Act 1 of this chapter. I had a scene prepared for this, but for some reason it's not in my production notes. Spoke again, spoke up again, whatever. If you want to say, you're gonna grammar me for that. Spoke again, said again. What's the fucking difference? Who cares? If he's 7, oh god. If he's 7, what grade is he in? If he's 7 in March, what grade is he in? Right? Because it's changes depending on. Oh, fuck. I'll just say he's in elementary school. Because when she died, it was in. I'll say he's in elementary school. Think of generic. I won't have to decide then. I mean, I don't know how often they visit this grave, but I just, as a safety precaution, I'll say elementary school. I keep forgetting that Russell. Well, I don't forget that Russell has sunglasses on, but I forget to describe that Russell has sunglasses on. And more importantly, that Mahalo, Russell, Billy all have the blue eyes. Because that's an important detail to this. We're definitely not going to finish the chapter at this rate. That's okay. Yeah, I want this to be an emotional scene, so explains, because I know the scene about Russell. I have this all figured out. Is basically what I'm trying to say. Let me write it, and then maybe I'll do a breakdown afterwards. God, I wish I could remember the scene as I wrote it, or as I saved it originally, but I guess I didn't save it. I think I can muster it up. I think I can twist it back around. I think I remember. It just makes it look so. It must be the screen or something. I don't know, man. I'm not that red. I swear I'm not that red. And I know as I talk, I get redder, but I'm not that red. Another important thing is to always remember whenever you write dialogue, to always remember the cadence of how that character speaks. Otherwise, you'll end up writing dialogue where every character sounds exactly the same because you'll just default to how you say things, right? And I suffer from this a lot myself. Like, I sometimes worry that the characters start to all sound a little bit the same, and it's because I'm not thinking about how that character would deliver that specific line. This is the scene I wanted to write. Because Russell is so serious and hard. This is the one scene where he's crying. But he does it like the, God, was it Colonel Mustang who did the... Oh, it must be raining. You know? Is that Mustang or is that Hawkeye? That must be Mustang. That makes more sense. It's a little like that, but now he's got the sunglasses on, so all you can see is the one tear and you can't see him actually doing it. I thought that would be clever. I thought about that one early on. I wanted to use it for this scene. Billy took a look over at his brother. He noticed something different. That from under his glasses, fresh stream, yeah. That sounds good. That sounds fine. You know it's sunglasses, because I established that there's sunglasses earlier. I've said a couple of times, I said his voice, or their voice, not betraying any emotion. Especially in part 2, but I think in this scene it's more important than ever, so I'm going to use the line. Right, when you say betraying emotion, or not betraying emotion, you say that they feel something, but they're not showcasing it on their face. Walked on the opposite path of gravestones. No, I already said gravestones. Opposite path of graves is fine. I'll just describe them separately, yeah. That's fine. That's good enough. That's a good enough place to end it. He is at a bench, right? Did I say that explicitly? Yeah, on a bench, nearby bench. Yeah, that's fine. That's far away enough that's not going to create any problems. I have to say, his elbow, put his arms in his pockets. Put his hands in his pockets, not arms. Put his hands in his pockets. And approached and watched. I don't really like that ending. I think we can make it a little bit better. What if I say went down the opposite path of graves? Billy went down the opposite path of graves, occasionally bringing up his eyes to notice flowers on the path. On the path. No, on his path. No, that is right, because this is the opposite path, so this is his path. The flowers on the seams of the walk. Ooh, the seams of the walkway. Ooh, that's tight. Okay. Russell, meanwhile, wiped his face with his elbow, put his hands in his pockets, and walked over the words. Yeah, that's a good enough place to end that segment. Right there, ba-bam. I'm actually going to end the recording there. I think I'm going to do part 1 right here of this chapter. Part 1 of this chapter. Part 2 I'll do tomorrow on my own time, and then part 3 I'll do on Friday on my own time. But you guys will just see this part. So this is as you can already tell, is a much longer chapter than the Saja one we covered last time. Still manageable. Still pretty transitional. I mean, there are some important story beats that happen here, but nothing to the main story, right? So I'm gonna cover it there. I'm gonna end, and we're hitting right at an hour. So I'm just gonna sandbag until it hits an hour on my official recording. Of course, yours will be a lot shorter because I'm gonna cut out the silences and everything during this. I hope this one was helpful. I can never tell when I do these if they actually end up being like super helpful or not. I feel like the first fiction one actually was pretty helpful because I described my thoughts a lot. I don't know if I described much of what I was thinking during this stuff, but it was pretty straightforward. It was them visiting the grave of their mother and having a short little scene where you see Russell give some emotion, some sadness for the first time in the entire story, where usually he's like the big man on campus, quite literally. But yeah, we just hit an hour, so I'm going to end it here.